So I grabbed my husband. I wanted to ask him a few questions, and I wanted to see what he has to say. So I got some negative comments about my channel, about a woman teaching the Bible, and I wanted to know your opinion. How do you feel about a woman teaching?
Now, regarding teaching, no difference, man or woman, whoever can bring more truth, light, and positivity to the world, and is capable of doing it, should do it.
Very good. And on a different topic, while I have you here, because I know you don't like to be public so much, what do you feel about non-Jewish people? Because that's something I'm going to speak about as well.
So Jewish, non-Jewish, no difference from where you come. God created you. So you have a purpose on the world, a purpose for good.
Do you feel like non-Jewish people are second-class citizens?
Everybody's the same. God created by the same master God. Still, thousands of years later, nobody could create a human being, not even Elon Musk. People are trying, but only God creates a human being. So if He created you, you have a purpose in His world.
Thank you. You're free. All right. My husband had to run, but I want to continue this conversation that we started. So I asked about two things. I asked about how he feels about women teaching and how he feels about non-Jews. I wanted to speak about the role of people. Now, as a Jewish woman who is speaking about how Judaism and Christianity contradict each other, I sometimes get very negative comments. Now, not all Christians are mean and nasty, but there definitely is a portion of them. There are many fine Christians who are willing to engage with the text, and even if they disagree, they're willing to be respectful and friendly, and I appreciate that so much. But one of the negative comments that I got recently was, why is a woman teaching? You're supposed to be quiet. Now, he said that scripture refers to this. Of course, he's coming at this with a Christian worldview. So I wanted to speak about this, about how Christianity and Judaism differ in this concept. In 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verses 34 and 35, you'll see that women are told that they're supposed to be quiet inside of churches. And if they want to understand something in the Bible, something in scripture, something in terms of religion, they should go home and ask their husbands. They're supposed to be subservient and obedient. This is what that negative Christian was referencing. When I pointed this out in a posting, a viewer asked me a question. She says, well, where does it say in the Old Testament, aka the Hebrew Scriptures, where it says that women can teach? So I wanted to bring out the differences in our understanding of what a woman is and her role in life. I'm not going to go into the full topic, but I just wanted to touch upon a few things. So all the way back in Genesis, when we see Abraham, when Sarah was telling Abraham to send away Ishmael, God told him, he said, listen to the voice of Sarah. Whatever she tells you, listen to her. Women have a special intuition. We have a special understanding of things. And it doesn't mean that every woman is wise and she should be consulted with, but we do believe that every single person has something to bring to this earth. And if they have a special knowledge, if they have information and they have the ability to communicate that information, they should do so in the appropriate manner. Women were not just created to be silent. In fact, if you go over to Judges chapter 4, we're introduced to a woman who was named Deborah, or Deborah. Deborah was a prophetess, and more than a prophetess, she was a judge. She used to sit outside under a palm tree, and people, men and women, the Bnei Yisrael, would come to her with questions. They would seek her counsel. They would ask her questions that they didn't have the answer to, and she would advise them. In fact, Deborah is one of 7 prophetesses mentioned inside of the Torah. Now, of course, it is noteworthy that she sat underneath a palm tree. She did this for reasons of modesty. She sat outside rather than secluded inside with strange men. We do have a respect for intimacy. So women and men who are not related will not be secluded with each other because there are natural human desires, and we have to respect that. But a woman's intellect and her ability to convey information that she has, it can be on par with a man's. And if a woman is the most knowledgeable in her area, there's nothing to prevent her from sharing that information. In fact, I have 3 very, very huge world-renowned rabbis who support me in my endeavor. One of them even told me, he said, if you have something to share with the world, he said, how can you not? And he pushed me to do this. It doesn't matter your gender, it doesn't matter your skin color, it doesn't matter if you're a Jew or a non-Jew. If you were created for a reason. You have something so valuable to contribute to this world. Now, a lot of people think that the Jewish people are chosen as in, oh, you're better. You have to understand what chosen means. The Jewish people are called a kingdom of priests and a holy nation in Exodus chapter 19, verse 6. It doesn't mean that we're high and mighty and we hold ourselves as better than anybody else. It simply means that we were entrusted with the mission of bringing God's teachings to the world. Now, think about it like this. Within the Jewish people, there are priests and there are non-priests. The priests have more complex, detailed commandments upon themselves. And they're also tasked with teaching people. It doesn't mean that they're better than any other Jewish person. It just means that their mission is more complex. The same thing goes with the Jewish people. We are the priest of the world. We're the Mamleches Kohanim. That means that our job is to go out and to transmit God's message to the entire world. It doesn't mean we're better than a non-Jew. It just means that we have a job to do. And with that job comes more responsibility. The Jewish people have 613 commandments, while non-Jewish people have 7 commandments. Well, those are really 7 categories, and there are sub-laws within those. It really translates to about 200-something commandments. And these go into laws of behaving morally, about how we make society a better place. Laws about how to treat other human beings, how to treat animals, what we need to do to make a moral and safe society. You see, humanity is like a puzzle. Each of us contributes our own unique piece. And when those pieces interlock and join together, they create a beautiful, wonderful picture. The question is, are we willing to do our part to fill in the missing gaps? Or are we not? So each of us just has to keep going on, look for ways that we can make this world a better place. If you have a skill, if you have a talent, if you have a desire, and it's a positive one that benefits humanity, go for it. Don't let anything hold you back.